Hi, thanks for clicking the video and welcome to iTech Solutions. In today's video, we will do LDAP configuration in FortiGate Firewall for web traffic user authentication and for firewall administration. So, what is LDAP? LDAP is a lightweight directory access protocol which is used to communicate with the Active Directory server for user authentication, for verifying the username and password supplied by the users are legitimate or correct or not. So in this lab we have a LAN, WAN and our Active Directory server. So what will happen when user sends a traffic to the internet? Our firewall intercept the traffic and sends a request to authenticate the username and password to the requester. Once the request is received from the user, it will pass it to the our Active Directory user and Active Directory server to verify. Once it is verified, the traffic will be allowed to the traffic will be allowed to pass through the firewall. And if there is an issue with the username and password, then the traffic will be blocked, and the same will we will use for the firewall administration. So let's start the configuration. This is our firewall. I have already accessed this through the this IP address, and I have already configured the interfaces. This is our local LAN, and this is for the WAN, and this is for this firewall administration. Port 3 is not in use, so I have disabled this port, and I have already configured a static route that will be used for the internet access. So currently there is one policy. I have created it. This policy allows the traffic from the LAN to WAN, and these are the protocols that are allowed, the HTTP, HTTPS and DNS, and there is no SSL inspection, and these are the number of bytes that are currently allowed. So I can go to my client PC, and currently there is working internet access on our client, and there is no authentication. I can open any web page and it will work without any issue. So let's start configuring our LDAP server. So first thing we will do is we will verify that our LDAP server is accessible through our FortiGate firewall, and our LDAP server IP address is 192.168.27.10. We will verify the connectivity by doing ping to our LDAP server, execute ping 192.168.27 and 10 is our LDAP server. We are able to access it. So first thing we will do, and the next is we will go to our LDAP server. This is I have created in my VM virtual machine, and I will log into my server. Okay, so in server, what we will do is this I was trying to create. Close it. I will guide you through. This is the server manager. Okay, from server manager we will go on under the tools. Under here we have Active Directory users and computers. So first we will create a user under the users. Okay, and either you can click here create new user, or you can right click and create a new user. Okay, right click, new and user. So suppose I will create an XYZ user that will be used for the web traffic. Okay, authentication. So I will write the same as XYZ here, XYZ, and click next. I will set the password, and I will set parameter that user cannot change the password. Confirm user cannot change the password and password never expire. Click OK. And I will create one user group. Group. So I will write it 40 users, 40-users, and it is a global group, and security, and right click on user and click on properties, members. Okay, click on members tab, add, and type our xyz user. Click on check name, add it, apply. Okay, so first we have created one user and put that user into the 40 users. Okay, this user and group will be used for the web traffic authentication. So let's configure our 40 LDAP in the FortiGate. So for that we will go under users and groups. Okay, users and authentication, LDAP servers, create new, and the server name you can give any. Okay, so I will just write our AD server or mylab.local is my domain name, so I can use that. And the IP address of my server is 192.27.10, 192.168.27.10. This is the default port, and for the authentication we will use existing administrator account, and make sure you type in like an email address, else the authentication will not work. So my lab.local is my domain, and the password I use for the authentication in the domain, and click on test connectivity. Once it is tested, you can click on distinguish name, browse it, and from here choose users, and let me close the consoles. These are the console, then click OK. So it will automatically fill this distinguish name in here, and I can use test credentials. The user I had created like XYZ at, and the password from here if it's working or not, and it is successful. So we have configured our LDAP in the FortiGate. Now we will use this to for the web traffic authentication. So for that we will go under users and group and create user firewall user. The name is coming here, so like, but first we will go into the policies and object firewall policies, and this is the policy we have, and we will modify this same policy. Under the source we will click on plus, and under users we will create and users, and click on remote LDAP next, and we will choose our mylab.local Active Directory server, and from here we will choose the user that we want to authenticate, and we will right click here and select add. Okay, then submit it. Now this user is showing here. Click on here to add it. Now user XYZ is here. Click OK to save the policy. So in this policy now there is a source condition. The traffic must come through come from the LAN segment 10.192.11.10 by 24 LAN segment, and the user I have had. Okay, so it must be authenticated with the user XYZ. So let's test it. So I'll open my web browser. Okay, as soon as the page is open, FortiGate send an authentication request. So I will enter my user XYZ, and the password that I set in my domain, and it will not return anything. Okay, it will not send any data back, but our authentication will work, right? So this is how our LDAP server is configured for the web traffic authentication. If I go into login forwardings, there is a log that the user XYZ and the source IP address is this. Okay, so this is how we configure it. Now let's use the same concept for the management of this firewall. So for that, what we will do, I will go back to my Active Directory users and computers, our AD server, click on new, I will create a group. So the group will name is 40 admins, and this is a global group, and click a new user, DHK, and I'll create here DHK, click next, set my password, use it. Okay, password did not match. Yeah, admin. Okay, next. So I have created one user and one group. Now add this user to the 40 admins group. For that we will click on 40 admins, click on right, click on properties, members, add, and I will add the user, check name, click apply, OK. So I have added the user to the 40 admins group. Now we will go back to our firewall. For that we will go, the first thing we will go under the users and groups. We will click on groups. Okay, create new, and add a remote server. Click here, choose our LDAP, and from here I will use my 40 admins group. Click OK. Now 40 admin group is added, so write the same name as 40 admins here. Next. Okay, click OK. So another group is added. So now we will go under the system administration, create new administrator, and the username is DHK. I will use the same, and the admin. And from here I will choose a remote server and group. Match a user on a remote server group. Okay, this option, you must select this option. In case your username and password do not work, the AD server is offline, you can use the backup password for the login. So this is the backup password. The profile that I will use is super admin, and the group, the 40 admins. Click OK. So there is another user that I have created. Now let's test it. If I go into the private window and access my firewall 192.167.11, then enter DHK here and my password. It must allow me to log in the firewall, and I will use later, and click OK. So we have successfully logged in with the user that we have created in the Active Directory users and computers, or in the Active Directory domain. So this is our normal web access with the username that I have that FortiGate have in its database, and this is from the user that I have created in the Active Directory. So friends, this was how you can add LDAP in FortiGate firewall for user authentication and firewall authentication. Thanks for watching the video. If you like it, please subscribe my YouTube channel and hit the like button. Thank you very much.